filming anyway. Okay, yeah, go on. Sorry, what are you going to say?
I'm just going to say boobies. Well, I think, mate, I mean, again, I feel there's extra pressure now. Amy's here. No, you hang up. I think it's going to go one of two ways. I think there are going to be two things that happen. I think probably in equal measures, there'll be a group of people that thought working from home was a bit of a DOS, dead easy, and kind of, you know, oh God, look at it, well, it must be lovely to work from home. And I think there'll be that group that will really struggle, and people will really crave human interaction. I think there's that part of it. But I think there is also a kind of a not necessarily a group, there is a chunk of business that can be done this way, and actually is almost better done this way. And it, you know, it will save time, it will be more efficient. And you know, I mean, the cost. I mean, you look like you've got some lovely kit there. I mean, I've literally got a pair of AirPods, a small Gorilla Grip, and a phone, and a lot of good stuff can be done this way. And I think it's
as long as I can hear you, as long as I can see you, that's all that matters. I feel truly blessed that in the last, probably since I was 21, since I was 21 till now, and I'm 39 in a few weeks, on the 14th of April, I've been working remotely. So I kind of, when I started freelancing, and then I had an office, didn't quite work out, had an office, and then, you know, and then different periods of changing businesses, selling businesses, I've worked from home. So working from home for me is very, very normal. Like, it's very, very normal. The difficulty with what's happening now is working at home with two children under the age of 3. Now that's a whole other world, and I've come to peace with it. I'm all right with it now, but it's the last few weeks it's insane. You know what I mean? It's just trying to figure out how to play this out, how to do it, how to be a good dad, how to keep the business going. And I think I've hit different milestones over the last few weeks. Today was a big one, I think. This morning, I couldn't wake up. Like, I literally couldn't open my eyes. And I had like 8 hours skip, maybe a bit more. But I just couldn't open my eyes. I was so tired. And I think it was my body just saying, no. You know what I mean? No. I've been like putting it all everywhere and doing it. And today it was until about 2 or 3 o'clock, I was kind of battling and tired. And you know what? I just went, you know what? Boom, pause button. I'm stopping for a bit. I just need to just chill. I need to chill and just stop for a bit and figure out what's going on. And I think the milestone today, and I think you liked my post I put on Instagram, is just pause. I'm just pausing, I'm chilling, I'm thinking. And the other thing I agreed today with Natalie is that I'm just going to do one thing a day work-wise, one thing. Yeah. So it might be a brief, it might be a bit of prospect work, I might read a book, whatever it is. I'm just doing one thing. I'm not doing 100 things anymore because I'm doing all of them badly.
Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, my boss. Yeah, my boss. I mean, a proper smart fella, proper smart fella. You know, but he would always say, "I'm either being," and he'd use more colourful language, but you know, a bad boss, a bad dad, or a bad husband, or a bad business owner. And actually, it is what I've realised over the last year of kind of as my world has changed. Is actually it's not that you don't want to do all 3, 4. It's not that you aren't good at doing them. You simply can't do it. You cannot do all those things well, and you're always bad at one of them. And at some point, you design the hierarchy. And you know, with where we are now, with what's happening, kind of with today in Corona, etc. itself. You know, I have 2 kids. I've got 2 kids here at home. I've got to be a better dad. I have to do that because there isn't actually an option there. Do you know what I mean? There isn't. It's not like I can do the work as well. Because you simply can't work with a 6 and a 4-year-old.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if Natalie's in and around, but Amy's online. Amy's kind of working. I don't know why I'm pointing. You know, Amy's working. I mean, she did 7 till about 7 today, and she's on calls. She's doing kind of some serious stuff. She can't have the kids, so I have to. You can't do it. You can't do it all together. And I think, I've got probably 2 or 3 things booked in over the next couple of weeks, but that's all I can do. There literally isn't a time or a space, because all I'm going to do is half do a meeting or half do the father thing. And think, well, okay, now is the time. The kids are finding it a bit weird. I've got to be the dad. I've got to be the dad here. And I'm lucky that the fact that we've got Amy's salary, that makes a big difference. But it is, mate, it's difficult. It's so hard to even try and do it. Even in normal world, I find, by the time I've dropped the boys off at school or nursery, done the stuff, cleared up the house, which looks like a bomb site, and then kind of get into it, you can't do it all at once. You just can't.
Yeah. Well, we're doing shift work now. So what we do is we started doing, it was days, and now it's half days. So we've agreed that one of us will look after the kids in the morning and one in the afternoon, and we swap round. And we kind of, every evening, what we try and do is we just spend 5 or 10 minutes and just go, what have we got to do tomorrow? Like what's pressing right now? And then we just basically do it in shifts. But then obviously in the day there's meals, because that's the thing with this, is there's so many layers to it. There's so many layers to. It's not just about remote working, and it's not just about business and keeping business going. Obviously, kids in the mix changes everything. The fact that you can't really leave your house unless you're buying food, exercise, all the different things, adding all that into the mix. Like the other day, yesterday, I had to get the kids out of the house. They were going absolutely stir crazy, and I was like, right, I'm just going to take them down the park. I'll take them down the park. Hopefully, there's no one there. We'll keep away from everyone. Elodie can just run around, go crazy, and just burn off some energy. Got there, park was shut. Not allowed in there. Not allowed in any local park now. And it's like, then she started crying. I tried to try and use my imagination, and we walked around this little woodland, and I had to pretend we were looking for unicorns, and it kind of worked for about 10 minutes. And then I brought her back, and it's just like, by the end of that, I was just like, I was broken. You know what I mean? I was absolutely broken.
Yeah.
But
it's just,
someone said the other day, and this is really interesting, and this is what I keep holding on to, is that it's all about stamina now. It's all about stamina. Like, how fit are you? Like, mentally, physically, emotionally, and spiritually. And the good thing about this is that me and Natalie say this every day. I said, all those years of the business struggling, all those years of having to make really hard decisions, all those years of eating lentils and vegetables on my skin, it was training. That's all it was. It was training. It was training for now. And I just feel blessed, because it's like, I know how to eat on a shoestring. I've had a bootstrap business for a long time. I've always had to pull myself out of difficult situations. So now, even though this is unlike anything I've ever gone through, a lot of the things that we do day to day now are things that we've been doing for a long time in different periods of our life. So it's just, the only difference is now is that everyone's in this shit with us. You know what I mean? So I'm blessed in that way.
I think, do you know what? I think, and I hope that's the biggest thing that comes out of this, is it's perspective. I mean, I'm learning a new level of patience with my boys. My boys are great. And do you know what? They are brilliant, but it's hard work.
Yeah.
But you think, well, okay, we're all right. We're not. As long as Amy's fine, we're not going under. The business is really well. I guess yours probably too. But my business is in a really difficult place. I think it. There are 2 parts. The pipeline is gone. Certainly gone for the foreseeable. I will, I will lose some clients, and you know what? I'd advise them it's the right thing to do. They, I think about kind of a couple of guys. They're trying to work out how to pay their staff. They're trying to work out, and it's not even that they are kind of prioritizing things. They are just like, we've just got to work it out. We've heard about the furlough. We've heard about this. No one is thinking about growth at the moment. No one's kind of into that kind of place. So businesses are kind of thinking about how to survive till tomorrow. And I think that's it. So but we're not going to starve. We are. We're okay. We've got outside space. Thankfully we live in the countryside, so every day I can take the kids like far out to the fields, and we never see anyone. You think, imagine if you were, kind of 2 kids in the middle of London or whatever.
I keep saying that.
You'd be, hopefully that's the thing that comes out of this. That's this bit of perspective. And I mean, again, I don't want to get kind of dragged into it, but with, reading on kind of BBC Today, kind of the backlash on celebrities and their, kind of that. They're kind of all this. Oh, I'm really struggling with isolation in their, on their super yacht kind of thing. I think hopefully the world is kind of waking up a little bit and just thinking, now hang on a minute. People are dying. People have got nothing. Businesses are going under. And I won't say their name. You're on Twitter crying because you feel a bit weird. Well, and I'm not saying their human emotions are different, but hopefully it's a perspective thing that comes out of it that. I had a couple of dark days. I had a good dark half day. And I was just thinking, all that stuff I've worked for, I can just see it kind of. Again, we had a bit of a bad luck at the start of the year, but we think we're kind of fine. In the grand scheme of things, we're all right. I'm a bit like you. I've built from nothing. I can build from nothing again.
And I think,
two healthy kids.
Exactly. You got a glass of red wine as well. It can't be that bad, can it?
It makes it all right. Although it's just slightly sharp at it.
Cheers.
Cheers, mate. The first glass was slightly smoother, if I'm honest.
Doesn't touch the sides. The first one, I find.
Yeah, no, not at all.
Yeah. But what's interesting about clients and stuff is we're in. I'm very grateful. We're in a very fortunate position that we're in the midst of a few good big projects. What's going to happen at the end of those projects in terms of cash flow, our other clients, it's not worth me saying that now. But if the client base that I've got, I know that everyone is in trouble in some sort. And I keep saying, I said to Tim the other day, we're all in the same boat, but we're all kind of in different boats. So, everyone's kind of looking at the companies now that have got like a valuable product that people want, that people need and people are buying. And I've got a couple of clients that sell those kind of products, pharmaceuticals, retail companies. They're in the same boat as well because they haven't got people that work in their warehouses. They get their raw materials from other countries. There's bans on borders now. No one's having it easy, mate. No one. Even the big food companies, even though they're having massive sales, they're struggling with their distributors, their buyers, everyone. You know what I mean? But they are doing well, but it's only for short term. I think one thing I thought about today is I read an interesting blog article and the chap on there, and this was kind of my turning point in the day. I had a rough day today, and he just went, "I'm not going to be doing any more blog posts. I'm stopping my blog posts, and I'm just having some time out to think." And I thought that's pretty a bold move. And Natalie spoke to one of our clients and said, "How are you getting along? How are you getting along with your suppliers and vendors?" And she said, "Well, what we're doing personally is we're just going to take this time to look at the business, to look at our marketing, to look at our strategy, look at our business model, look at our people, and we're going to use that effectively." And I just thought, you know what? You're right. This is the time. Yeah. This is the time to look at you, to look at the way that you operate, to look at your brand as a whole, look at your systems, your processes, your marketing, your values, everything that builds up your brand. Everything, internal and external, and just look at it and evaluate it. Because you know what? I just think it's not the time to sell. It's not the time to create loads of noise and get in people's faces. For some people it might be, but I find I've been looking at LinkedIn every minute of every day and just watching everyone go in, innovate, change, push. And I just think, I don't know if that's the right time. I think this is the time to stop, watch, just fight the virus. Let's fight the virus. Yeah. Let's beat that fucker first. Let's get rid of that, and then when we know that there's a light at the end of the tunnel, then let's strategize. Let's align, and then we move forward. But until then, I just think it's about hunkering. Let's hunker down and let's beat this fucker.
Mate, I think you're right, and I think interesting thing there. I think another interesting thing to come out of this will be people will remember how businesses treated people around them. So I mean, a tiny point. I've paid everyone I owe money to, not as they owe money. All my suppliers, everyone that I've got something, it's done. I've paid it. It's all gone out there. You look at, because that's the right thing to do, and I know that they will remember that. I've reached out and I've helped people where I can. That there's no charge for it because and I've not done it because people remember, because it's the right thing to do. But you look at people like Weatherspoons, and I don't know where it stands, but I know they kind of released this thing where they're not going to pay any supplier until the pub opens. And I don't know, maybe they'll be. I mean, I'm sure perhaps they're big enough to be fine in the long run, but I think people remember how businesses behave. People that owe money to people but don't pay. I think that it will be remembered, and I think there'll be a lot of businesses that will, come out of this because they're not doing it. And mate, my biggest bugbear in business, and I penned on my walk this afternoon. I penned the start of a new book, which I don't know if I'm going to write or not, but it was quite an interesting thought process. All about the ability to stop. Kind of, and it's kind of tentatively, sort of titled, I can't what I said now. First do nothing. That was a tentative title. That there are not enough people stopping and thinking. And I saw it again. LinkedIn, like I say, it's festooned with it. And I saw an article a couple of weeks ago by a lady who runs I think it's a marketing agency. I think she's just a marketing person actually. But as soon as Boris mentioned it 2 Mondays ago, whatever it was, she raced on LinkedIn and went, wrote a blog article about why now, effectively to say why now was a really bad time to stop paying your marketing lady. You think, so transparent, so stupid, so ill thought out. Even a millisecond of stopping and thinking changes that. And this is why I really, obviously, mate, I always like any post that you do because you're a genius. But particularly that, just stop, pause. And I forget what was on there, but kind of that, look, stop, think. And I think that's it. I think, the reality is, I think, my business, our business, possibly my business is going to have a certainly tough couple of months, but, the perspective kicks in. But I think people will, as this madness dies down, as they work out what they're doing about furloughing, as they work out what to do about that, they will get to a point where they go, well, okay, let's go again. And I don't want to contribute to any more noise at the moment. I don't want to kind of shout too much about anything. I'm helping all the guys I know. I'm reaching out to and helping because I would do anyway, whether it's Corona or not. But I think the ability for us to just pause and realise that actually, if I spend 2 or 3 days with William and Jack and no work gets done, well, look, you know what? I've got 2 happy, healthy boys that aren't going stir crazy, are trying to understand what's going on, and are entertained. And in the grand scheme of things,
I think that's the key now, and you hit the nail on the head there. Is pause. We need to stop. If everyone can pause, I know we keep saying the economy's got to keep moving, and I agree. The world has to keep turning, but we don't know what the world looks like yet. And we do know, we know now that with lockdown and social isolation and distancing, that it's going to slow down. I think we can all agree that it's going to slow down, and the death rate will go down, but it needs to go. It's going to take a long time to go down. It's going to take a long time to go down. So if we all start jumping out, getting in our cars, go to work, it's just going to go straight back up again. So we've got to try and get it removed. Put more relief on the NHS and just see how this phases out. It's going to go up and it's going to go down. It's going to take a long time. It's going to be a phased approach until when people can go out and see their loved ones. It's going to be the first one. It'll be like, small groups of people. When that's going to happen, I don't know. And then it will travel, and then it will be more and more and more. Yeah, this is going to take months and months and months and months and months and months and months.
And I think, sort of with that, and to go back a step, is that the interesting thing about this pausing thing, it's not pause for a week, it's not pause for a month, it's actually take some time a day just to think before you act. And that doesn't slow the economy, it doesn't do anything. I think the problem is, and again, this is my bugbear, kind of Corona or otherwise, people don't do it. There is no time where they stop. And you think, well, this is what's going on, because people are making knee-jerk reactions and stuff. Like, if businesses stop and thought, it wouldn't affect the economy. It wouldn't affect and don't worry, I think you are dead right. I think now is the time to do nothing. Just give the NHS the best chance they can to do it. Give the virus time to plateau, or whatever the right phrase is. But my main irritation is all these people, like you said, jumping on. We've got to pivot. We've got to do this. We've got to do that. Just do nothing. Just sit. Spend 5 minutes with your head out your backside, just thinking. all you need to do, and then take action. And again, kind of back to my old boss, really good at this sort of stuff. He'd pull, I don't know, I think like 5, 6 of us, his inner circle in. At times it's slightly annoying because you'd be doing stuff and he'd be like, right, stop everything, come down. But we'd have 5 minutes on, 5 minutes on whatever it was that was causing the pain. And you just move it so far forward. Everywhere that I go, 5 minutes of thought.
Yeah, I think in terms of a business thing, when I have some capacity to do more, which is literally nothing at the moment, I think I want to give more. I want to help more. I'm still young enough and fit enough to help other people, and we're struggling in little ways, but nowhere near as much as other people are. And I've seen some amazing, like charities, startups, things happening within a matter of weeks. I'm just looking at going, that is an amazing idea. That's beautiful, and I feel like I've got just this small amount of energy and time at the moment. What do I do with this? What do I do with this 2 minutes and 13 seconds that I have every day to do something?
Well, I don't know if
it's my job at the moment, if I'm honest.
Well, mate, I think my gut reaction is no, do nothing. Because you've got Natalie, you've got the kids, you've got, that 2.5 minutes should be spent on either you looking after you, or looking after Natalie, or looking after the kids. The interesting thing is, it will not change in 7-10 months' time when the corona is gone. Hopefully, these problems will still be there.
Yeah.
Help someone then, I think it's that thing for all of us, that perspective that, it's all been kind of, I guess, highlighted by this, but those problems will still be there, maybe, and again, I hate it drives me mad when you see kind of go, well, maybe this is a good thing for the world, and I get what they're saying, but do you know what, maybe it is, maybe this is something that gives us better perspective, gives us a better thought process, and think, well, actually, let's go and help them, because, I don't know if you saw Ross from Strafe.
Yeah, that's one of the things that I saw, which made me change.
Irritatingly lovely guy. Isn't it? He kind of puts us all to shame. I'll have to go and feed a hedgehog or something tonight, thanks to him. But it's interesting the speed that it can actually happen.
That's
all
fast.
It takes is the inclination, and maybe this just stops us in our tracks a little bit to think, well, do you know what? I'm not going to chase what I was chasing before because I don't need. I don't know, mate. But
till Christmas time, I was volunteering for a pay-as-you-feel cafe, which intercepted food from landfill and made it into food, which then fed the community.
Awesome.
Yeah, but that was. Yeah, well, that was it's called Perfectly Edible now. And it was called the Real Junk Food Project, and they're based all over the country. Because I'm really passionate, I love food. Absolutely, well, I think we all love food, but I'm really passionate about waste, waste reduction and food. I hate seeing food wasted. So I kind of got into it then. Unfortunately, with work and moving away, I couldn't continue to do that charity. But seeing other things pop up now, exactly the same, in my local community, I'm like, yeah, I'm all about this. Like, I can cook. I like cooking. I don't know if you can see, I'm just about to cook my dinner here.
What are you having?
It's all veggies at the moment. I'm having a vegetable curry.
Nice.
Yeah. So I've been slow cooking some beans. I've got some potatoes going there, all sorts of stuff. But I'm really passionate about food and I love it. And I feel like that's something I can give. If I wasn't in design and marketing, I would be working in food. So if I can help anyone with doing, helping my local community with food, then I could happily give a couple of evenings a day here and there to do that. So I think in the next few weeks and months, I'm going to make some decisions about what I'm going to do with my time. I'm very fortunate with my company that I've got an amazing team around me, an international team. I've got another amazing director, Natalie, who's on it. I have got time that I can work on other things. And I'm also very, very grateful and fortunate that my product and my business model hasn't actually been interrupted by this, because our main area our main service is web design and animation, and nearly all my suppliers work from home anyway. So it's just business as usual for us. The difficulty is that it's not for our clients. So our clients, all factories, warehouses, shops, offices, they're all really struggling, and that's affected our workflow and our business. But in terms of our working business model, this is business as usual for us. This is every day. So I'm lucky in that respect.
And again, at some level, it's the same at my end. I've kind of marketing strategy. It doesn't need me necessarily to be anywhere. The bit that takes a hit is it's just that building that pipeline. That's the only bit that's sort of taking the hit at the moment. Is that it's the best thing I can do is get out and meet people, and that's kind of something I kind of tend to do quite well. Obviously, that then becomes quite difficult through social distancing and kind of other things really. But mate, it's his perspective. We're all right. There are lots that aren't, and and I think that I very much hope. You always want a coronavirus reminder day, don't you? You want something that happens in 3 months' time when it's all over or whatever it is. For someone to go, look, do you remember that stuff? Let's do that. It is. I get it. It is a prime opportunity to change the world, but with the reality of the human race, will it do it? I think Love Island and that sort of shit before we know it.
Yeah. Well, I think rather than view this as a crisis, I'm just going to try and view it as an adventure. Like it is, I don't want to use the word exciting because people might think that I'm being a bit flippant there and saying it's exciting.
I get what you mean though, yeah.
But it's interesting, and also I've felt for a long time, last sort of year or two, that my life was missing a bit of purpose, and I couldn't tell you what it was. I couldn't say. I just felt like there was something more I wanted to do, and when this came along, I feel a bit more. I feel like I've got a lot to give, and obviously once I've got home life sorted and business okay, I want to give a lot more, and I feel like that's going to fill that void for me. So it is scary, and there's days I wake up and think, oh my god, is this a bad dream? But there's some days I wake up and go, let's fucking have it. I'm up for this.
Well, I think the reality is, and again, let's just roll out all the cliches. Why not? It is what it is. There is nothing we can do about it. You know this as well as I do. Business ownership has forever been about adaptation. Is that a word? Adaptation. Yeah. In the fact that, I remember, 5, 10, 15 years ago, you'd do a lot of stuff with PPC, and then Google, they changed the algorithm. So you adapt. The same with Facebook, you'd adapt. And I think, there's those that really succeed in, I think, life in general and in their business, play the hand that's in front of them. Lots of people will whine, lots of people will minge, and lots of people will whinge, lots of people will get.
There's a lot of that going on, mate.
Yeah, there is a lot of minge going on, but and it's really interesting with kind of the government stuff. And I think, for what it's worth, I think the government are doing a hell of a job. I don't know enough about it to comment properly, but I think they're doing what they can in unprecedented circumstances. And I saw somebody on Facebook today was complaining that they wanted the government to. They'd started a petition that they said, well, we need to be able to have all the money that we'd get from furlough, but still be able to work. And you think, well, the spirit's not really there for that.
No, I think it's got to be a bit of give and take.
Yeah, and it is, because they were not that person has no resilience. They want the moon on the stick. They want anything. They're not. I don't know about they're not. Well, look, I don't really know what I'm saying now. But what we do, it is about playing what's in front of us. Not whinging, not complaining, not blaming government, not blaming politics. Just think, well, okay, this is how it is, and let's get cold and hard. How do I make money in this situation? Not out of, but in this situation. What are the things that I do?
You either got furlough or redundancies. There's going to be thousands of redundancies. I don't know, maybe even millions. I don't know, thousands of redundancies, right? Okay, you've got to look for the opportunity. We've got to be realists and we've got to be optimists. There's going to be a lot of skilled people that haven't got jobs. Those skilled people can find new opportunities. They can go to better businesses. They can move. No one's going to starve. No one's going to let anyone starve. It's not going to happen. We're not going to let that happen. So no one's going to get kicked out of the houses. No one's. That's so. If you lose your job, it is horrible, and the last thing you want in this time is to lose your job. But no one's going to starve. No one's going to die from that. Okay, so just remember that, and if you do get made redundant, just think it is. It's an opportunity for something else, an opportunity for a new start, and just power through. It is tricky, and it's not horrible. I don't. I'd hate for that to happen to me, but I have to be an optimist in this, and I have to be a realist, because the moment I lose that, I'll go down that route. You know what I mean? Or I'll just close myself away, and I'm not going to do that. So you have to look at the positive side of this. But the government are doing everything that they can. It is a difficult situation, but we just got to plough forward.
Back into that perspective, isn't it, mate? It's so hard. I've been made redundant a long, long, long time ago, but it's a very strange thing. Your head's in a different kind of space, but I think it comes back to that ability. Well, look, that's a bit shit. What can I do about it? Have that period of thinking. I mean, when I was made redundant, I was like that. Shit, I think I just bought my first flat. First ever mortgage, king of the world, Put your hand up if you got a job. Don't be too hasty, Paul. I was like, shit. It is, but thankfully, my old man, my mum and dad, my old man, look, just don't panic. You'll be all right. Have a think. And that immeasurably changed my life for the better, which I think is kind of often the case with these sort of things. But I was very lucky that I had that kind of thought process to be able to go, well, look, what am I going to do? What is the plan? What could I do? What is this brave new world? But
I think that's a perfect point.
Tricky.
Perfect point there. Well, I think we'll close it there. Is don't panic, have a think. Brave new world. I love it.
Mate, I love that.
Spot on. But
brilliant, mate. Enjoyed that.
Yeah, it's been great. It's been awesome. I hope you're well. I hope family are good, and I'm lucky as well that I live in the middle of the countryside as well. So we've just got fields and fields just to go and lose ourselves, and we've got 2 birthdays coming up actually. Elodie's 3.
Oh wow!
It's next week on the 7th, and then it's my birthday the week after.
14th.
Yeah, 14th. No, I'm not. I'm not 14. Yeah, 14th. Yeah. So it's my 39th.
I'll stick it in the diary, mate. I won't send you anything, but I will stick it in the diary.
Yeah. No, we'll catch up before then anyway. No, but it's been wicked talking, mate.
Little virtual birthday beers.
Oh, definitely. Do you know what? I've been having a few virtual beers on a Thursday with my mates.
Yeah, mate. I've been doing it Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Honestly, I never drink in the week. Was like, fuck it.
No, I don't even know what day it is. It could be a Saturday for all I know. So
who knows, mate? Who knows? But
yeah, good.
Brilliant. Right, mate. I'm about to run out of battery now, buddy.
Yeah, you take care of yourself.
Oh, it's going there, mate. You go steady. I don't know if you can still eat. Yeah, mate. You go steady, buddy. We'll catch you soon.
All right, bro. Take care.
Cheers, mate. Take care, mate. Bye.
All right, bye.
Bye.